Hi, I'm Amanda from TravelOutbackAustralia.com. Welcome to the first edition of our weekly newsletter, Travel Outback News. In this edition, I'm going to be talking about some changes to the newsletter, some changes that are coming up to our website, answer one of our questions about whether it's safe to travel in the Outback during summer, and give you some tips on travelling in the Outback during summer. The new format for the newsletter will be a short video, 2 to 5 minutes long. The video will contain travel tips, news and information about travel conditions in the Outback, answer questions, and also give you offers on accommodation and tours. Because you've been on our email list for a while, we'd just like to check with you first and make sure that you still want to receive our email news updates. If you're not sure or you don't want to anymore, just click unsubscribe at the bottom of the email. Our other news is we'll be moving to a new website in the middle of November. Feel free to check the new website out. The URL is TravelOutbackAustralia.com. It's just one word altogether. The website's still under construction, but feel free just to go in there, have a look around and get a feel for the new layout. Over the past few weeks, we've had quite a lot of inquiries about whether it's safe to travel in the Outback during summer. The answer to that is yes, it is, but you have to work around the wet season. So I want you to think about there being two distinct climates in the Outback. Up the northern part of Australia gets a wet season that is a proper monsoon. In the arid section of the Outback, the wet season is much less severe. We get much lower rainfall, and the main thing you have to worry about is the heat. This means that in the top end, the northern part of northern Australia, many roads will be closed through the wet season. As a general rule of thumb, you only want to be travelling on bitumen or sealed roads. Most of the dirt roads, the four-wheel drive tracks to some of the great locations like Gregory and Litchfield National Parks will be closed. But in the centre, just about everything will be open unless we have a heavy rainfall, and that means generally that dirt roads, gravel roads are closed for a few days. So if you do decide to travel in the Outback during the summertime, here's 5 tips that you'll need to do so safely. The first tip, of course, is to let somebody know where you're going, so that if you don't get there or you don't return on time, they can raise the alarm. Okay, tip number 2, if you're doing any walking outside in summer, make sure you have a minimum of 2 litres per hour of walking that you're doing. If you're driving, make sure you've got 20 litres per day of water in the car. Which means tip 3 is if you're doing anything outside, try and do it earlier on in the day when it's cooler. So say if you're walking, first thing in the morning, try and schedule your driving in the cooler part of the day in the morning as well. Tip number 4 is carry communications so that you can let somebody know if something goes wrong. So what kind of communications? Well, around towns and up and down the highway, mobile phone will be okay. We do have patches of mobile phone coverage here. Otherwise, if you're going more remote, you're going to need to take a satellite telephone with you or a personal locator beacon. And this leads me to tip number 5. Tip number 5, if something does happen and you break down, stay with your car. The reason we say this is cars are a hell of a lot easier to see from an airplane than a person. So that's it for this week's Outback Travel News. If you've got any questions for us, please hit reply to this email or drop us a line on our Facebook page. The address for that is below. We'll be back next week with some more tips and travel news, and I'll be coming to you from the Murray River. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.